Stay tuned to 27 Not Out.
Hi there and welcome to 27 Not Out, your only source for staying updated with the most competitive amateur cricket league in the Northwest Province, the Wonan Top Paints Premier League. We're 3 match days in now, and this past weekend hosted the 4th round of fixtures. We've already seen all sorts of performances from the favourites to the underdogs of this competition, and it's been far from straightforward. The increased number of teams in the league has already unearthed some key talents to look out for. And this past weekend was no different when league newcomers Mafikeng hosted Potch-based Ikageng at the PPC Slurry cricket grounds. Here's how the log stood before the encounter.
The Northwest University's third team, Taurus, were comfortably placed at the top of the log, earning a bonus point in all 3 of their fixtures. Second and third were Northwest University's second and fourth teams, Ibis and Colts, not too far off with 13 and 10 points respectively. Rustenburg-based Impala and NWU's first team both have a game in hand as they're placed in the middle of the log, an unusual spot for both teams. The bottom 3 was occupied by Geek Academy, Mafikeng, and Freiburg Faithful's Ramblers, who lost all 3 of their fixtures. With the title race still open and unpredictable, here's how this weekend's encounter unfolded. After winning points from 2 forfeited games, Ikageng came into this match hungry for some playing time, and the home team Mafikeng were just as eager to earn their first points of the season, having suffered defeat in all of their first 3 games. The home team started the day on the wrong foot when they were forced to forfeit the toss due to late arrival of some of their players who had complications travelling to the game. As a result, both captains and umpires agreed to let Mafikeng bat first and start the game an hour late while they waited for the remainder of Mafikeng's players to arrive. Umpires Andre Erasmus and Robbie Cameron made the necessary adjustments according to the rules of the league to start the game an hour later and only afford Mafikeng 45 overs to set their total. Meanwhile, Ikageng would have the full 50 overs to chase their target.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Mafikeng openers Batabile Masejo and Akram Patan had their work cut out for them on a tough slurry pitch that's known for its inconsistent bounce. The 17-year-old Masejo started the innings showing good intent, scoring with ease off the bowling of Hlompho Mpakane and Brian Taele, who were entrusted with the new ball for Ikageng. Captain Johnny Kyakana came on as the first bowling change with much fortune as a miscommunication between Masejo and Patan between the wickets led to a run out. Masejo out for a runner ball 16. The second bowling change came in the 6th over in the form of Rayan Munia, which also brought a wicket as he had the new batsman Nkosana Mziwake caught behind for no runs. Farhan Syed arrived at the crease and hit a single boundary before he got undone by a short pitch delivery that came slower than expected and bowled him out. In came Mafikeng captain Asad Sheikh to try and stabilize things in the 8th over with Patan, who was going steadily at the crease. He got bowled out by his opposite number Ikageng skipper Johnny Kekana after only scoring 1 run. Mafikeng were in trouble when former Northwest Dragons batsman Tolufelo Pukile walked into the crease with the score at 51 for 4 and in need of a meaningful partnership. Pukile remained at the crease for only 13 balls before he was trapped LBW by Munia. Tshireletso Tikwe was hoping to replicate the start he had in the previous week, but he was dismissed for 6 thanks to a stunning catch at cover by 15-year-old Caden Seleka off the bowling of Tuto Majoy, which led to drinks break with Ikageng the happier of the two teams, subjecting Mafikeng to 80 for 6 after 17.5.
Artlist.io.
The home side had a better session after drinks when Katleho Leokake came to the crease and displayed a lot of flair and intent, but lost his partner Akram Patan to Tuto Majoy again. Leokake built the 40-run partnership with his new partner Razak Ahmadine before Majoy dismissed Leokake on his way to a half-century that seemed very much on the cards. Due to a late start to the game, lunch arrived while the first innings was still taking place. Mafikeng were in a much better place thanks to Leokake's entertaining knock of 38, with Ahmadine playing a supporting role. After lunch, Ahmadine attempted to finish off well for his side, but lost his wicket to Munia for a well-played 22, and shortly after that Mafikeng were all out for 156, a defendable total according to the history of the ground.
It's a chaseable score, but I think we should have wrapped up the game before they reach 100. But I believe we've got capable players to get the score.
Artlist.io.
Since well, we lost a couple of players because of internal issues and stuff. So we in the process of rebuilding the team, but because of we've got most of our players are youngsters and are the players that are representing Northwest. So I believe it will be easy for them to fit in and do well for us. Like I said, before the beginning of the season, as a coach, it was my job to go out and look out, make sure that come the beginning of the season, we've got enough players to compete. So I did that, and I'm also grateful to other coaches who came on board and helped me to make sure that we have this team that you see today. Is to make sure that they must believe that this game of cricket, there's serious opportunities. It can take you somewhere. It can even change your family's life or your own personal life. So I want to see them taking this opportunity and make sure that they're going to use it, because as you know, they grow. So it's very important. Whatever opportunity that you get, you use it to your best ability. So yeah, that's. To be honest with you, I believe every coach wanna win, but it's a total different story when I believe we need to face reality. I'm not saying we don't have enough players to compete. We have players to compete, but because of, like I said, it's a new group of players. So I don't want to put any pressure to them, but I believe that we can shock more teams going forward. So I believe in this team. I've seen it last week when we play. That I believe we've got a good chance to do well this season.
All right.
Ikageng's response began solidly with a 33-run partnership between Hlompho Mpatane and Boitumelo Ditile before Farhan Sayed trapped Ditile out for LBW on 9. Co-opener Mpatane was also trapped LBW by Batabile Masejo for a well-played 17 consisting of 3 boundaries. New batsman Rayan Munia was caught spectacularly by Nkosana Mziwake in a very similar fashion to Caden Seleka's catch of Masejo's bowling, diving towards a seemingly far-fetched opportunity and stunning everyone at the ground with his reach. In the 15th over, Masejo got the wickets of Tuto Majoy and Caden Seleka to put himself on a hat-trick. Sayad then got the wicket of Ikageng's star batsman Tumelo Makume, caught behind by Tirilo Tsotikwe, which led to a drinks break with Ikageng at 67 for 7.
Artlist.io.
Lungame top scored for Ikageng with 21, hitting 4 fours in 30 balls. Kyle Moneisa would be the last of Ikageng batsmen to reach double digits as Masejo reached his 5-wicket haul and fast-tracked the conclusion of that run chase. Ikageng were all out for 100, falling 57 runs short of their target to give Mafikeng their first win of the season. Time will tell if they use their momentum next weekend against Geek Academy, but I managed to get a word with Mafikeng skipper to see how he felt about their first win.
Well, thanks a lot, Romeo. Firstly, I would like to thank you for making this video available and so that everybody can see what's going on here. Thanks for the exposure.
Thank you.
Anyways, coming back to your question, we obviously feel good coming back from few other games that we played, about four league games that we started off. The games were quite tough. However, we made a good comeback. The guys bowled well, the guys batted well, some good fielding efforts, and it was a good return, good comeback from the boys. So we're really happy about it.
Artlist.io.
Well, obviously, this is the highest league in Northwest played. So obviously, coming from 3 or 4 different teams, the challenges are that we do find it a bit difficult not practicing with each other firstly, and then the guys are far apart from each other. So what makes it tough is not gelling up. The only time we see each other is at match time. But however, the guys are coping and getting the game together and playing well. Well, the aim is to expose our region as much as possible. We haven't been exposed in terms of cricket or good quality cricket. We've been playing the promotion and the lower leagues. However, Premier League is giving us a good experience. So we're looking at a good outcome for this league, and then thereafter want to build up our games for the next league coming up. Yes, obviously, because this is our first win, as I mentioned earlier. So playing gig next up will be a good match to play. I don't know how they've been doing, but from our point of view, from today's performance, at least the boys are up and ready to take the opportunities up. And obviously, we're all going to work on our game. No one has clicked as much as yet, however, but the guys know what's their role and will take responsibility going onwards.
5 other fixtures took place around the province, and here's a match summary of how they resulted. Freiburg-based Ramblers travelled to Potchefstroom to face off with second-placed Ibis at the Fanny du Toit Sports Complex. The hosts posted the highest total of the season, scoring 460 at only the cost of 4 batsmen. Quinton Venter eventually scored his century after failing 4 runs short in the warm-up game against Mafikeng a month ago. Stefan Maria and Carlo Erasmus also chipped in with a ton each at a strike rate of over 100. Ramblers responded with a meek 108 and saw EBs winning the game by a thumping 352 runs. In Rustenburg, Impala also continued their unbeaten run against Travelling Reefs, chasing a modest 136. The Sneeman brothers Ferdi and Philip both fell short of their half-centuries as they guided Impala to a comfortable 6-wicket win. In Witran Potchefstroom, log leaders Taurus suffered their first defeat to Dorp 1. Christopher de Freitas fulfilled his all-rounded duties, scoring 39 of 40 and ending with bowling figures of 3 for 22 to guide Potchdorp to a third consecutive 100-run-plus win. Back at the Fani du Toit Sports Complex, runs were overflowing as defending champions achieved the biggest win of the weekend. The in-demand opener Tristan Janssen van Rensburg scored a big ton of 172, followed by Jared Fuchs and Kaya Kotani in the middle order, helping Pick 1 race to a total of 445. And similar to Ramblers, the Geek Academy responded with a very meek total of 67. Jesse James Albany securing a 5-wicket haul in the process. Colts lost their second consecutive match, this time to Potchdorp 2. They fell 40 runs shy of their target of 221. This is what the results mean for the log standings. Coach Peter Knutzer and his EB's team overtake Taurus to go top. Potchdorp slip into third place from fourth, followed by an unbeaten Impala and defending champions Book 1, who both still have a game in hand. At the lower end of the table, Mafikeng registered their first points on the log with a bonus point. Ramblers and Geek Academy continue struggling at the foot of the log, still in search of a point. That's all from Matchday 4, a weekend that had more runs than wickets. Tune in next week to see how the teams will finish off the month of October. Till next time, keep your wicket.